Yeah, my people, good morning to everybody. You don't know the morning inside as you don't know back from a few days break, the holidays and everything, enjoy, the little festive period with, with family, friends and the little ones, you understand? But, we're back, Monday morning, we're looking into 2025 soon, hope everybody had a really good 2024. Continue to support this channel, continue to support the morning insider. You don't know, bless up to everybody. Really appreciate your support showed, the whole of the entire 2024. Looking into the new year, hope you guys continue to support this channel as well as you guys doing. And welcome the newcomers on board every day, every time we drop a video. But I mean, look, Morning Insider, as you know, updates on reggaeboyz, whatever it is around reggaeboyz football, reggae girls, Jamaican football. You don't know, the JPL 5 is here. Big games over the weekend in the Jamaican Premier League. Jonathan Russell hit the back of the net again. Kasey Palmer, injury blow for Hull City as the quest, to stay up in the championship this season. Lot of stuff to talk about, but we only could pick a few. You understand? But let's start off around, Kasey Palmer, where his coach gave update on the injury that he picked up at his old stomping ground when they traveled to Coventry to play Frank Lampard Latte team, where Hull City, Kasey Palmer started in that game. He only last just around, close to the hour mark. He picked up a nasty ankle injury and he got pulled out, and from there, they thought he could have played in the next game, against Swansea, but it's something more serious. Yeah, it's something more serious, and Ruben Selles, the new coach at the helm of Hull City, have give an update on what is really going on with Kasey Palmer, and listen to what he have to say.
We have one doubt compared with the last weekend is Kasey Palmer. After on Monday, the pain on the ankle was still a little bit there, and we have been making some tests, scanning him and seeing some specialists. We hope he can be on the grass tomorrow, but we need to wait until some answers today.
Okay, so the fact that he could be on the grass tomorrow is a positive, but you're erring on the side of caution. Is there a suggestion there might be something more serious there?
Yeah, that's a suggestion there, and that's why we need to be pretty sure what's the next step, because sometimes they are able to carry on and play with those situations. Sometimes they need some time off, and that's why we are determining now with the specialist.
How big a miss would he be if you were to be without him, given his experience at this level?
Well, Kasey is a good player for the level, and is a capital player for the team.
Yes, Kasey Palmer expected to be out for probably next 2 months. Looking forward to get back on the grass. Mid-February, end of February, and start to look back to get back into full fitness in March. Hopefully, look, we have an international winner coming up at the end of March. I think that's long enough for him to recover, but we want the player to be on the grass as soon as possible. So, ankle injury is very tricky. It's a very, very tricky thing, but that's it, with Kasey Palmer, what's really going on. People, if you see Kasey Palmer is missing for a length of time, that's the reason why Kasey Palmer is out. At first, when he picked up the injury, they thought it was just a regular ankle injury, something that he, would only last for a couple of days, but a couple of days turned into a couple of months. Yeah. Speedy recovery, to the reggaeboy international Kasey Palmer. Jonathan Russell hit the back of the net again. One of the most talk about midfielder who have been featured in the last couple of windows for the reggaeboyz alongside Ravel Morrison. You will say Jonathan Russell probably is second most talk about midfielder that need to get into this team. And guess what? He's proving it. Yeah, he's proving as the day when Steve McLaren said Jonathan Russell need to get minutes under his belt, need to get playing time at this club. He have done that, yeah. And Daryl have also liked the new form of Jonathan Russell. But listen to what, the Barnes coach, Daryl have to say after, the man himself, Jonathan Russell scored. Yeah? Jonathan Russell scored against Peterborough. And it was the last goal of the game.
Fantastic third goal as well by John Russell, wasn't it? You know, the strength initially, the run and the finish. He just kind of caps off a few months where he's really established himself a lot more.
Yeah, no, listen, John's been unfortunate not to score a few more goals. He missed a great chance at Bolton the other day.
Yes, so people, that's, what, the Barnsley coach have to say, about, look at thing about Jonathan Russell. But people, let me know in the comment section, is it the time now, this man deserve to get called up into the next international squad for the reggaeboyz coming up, for the qualification for the Gold Cup. Deserve a chance. Look at the goal that he have scored. Look how he picked up the ball. Look how he have, look how he just glide past the midfielders and open up his body and his weaker side with his left foot. And, kind of turn and slap the ball, to the keeper right. You understand? But big goal for Jonathan Russell, continue to perform, continue to do the best for, his club team. And look, they're right there in the playoff, not in the playoff section, but they're right there around, sniffing around, the top 6 in League One. The next game is at home against one of the big dogs, Wrexham. Can Jonathan Russell perform? Yeah, he didn't give nothing in the last time, they play away to Wrexham in Wales, but Wrexham will come in town in the next game for Barnsley. Can Jonathan Russell put in a next shift? Yeah, he's playing consistently. He's one of the best or the better midfielder since he made that turnaround in his Barnsley career. Yeah, I think it was October. Now it's the time to show it in League One against one of the better team, and it is coming up against Wrexham next. But next up, Demarai Gray. Where will Demarai Gray end up by the end of January? Will it take that long for Demarai Gray to find a new club, or will Steve Gerrard and Al Ettifaq work out the issue? What is really going on with Demarai Gray? So over the weekend, newspaper has been flying around with Demarai Gray name on it, that linking the Reggae Boy International back to the big time. Yeah, I am happy and I'm not happy, and I will tell you why. But Demarai Gray to Fulham, yeah, back on the table again. We seen previous, he linked with Fulham, linked with Crystal Palace, linked with Besiktas. Recently, linked with Trabzonspor. If I'm pronouncing that word, that team in the Turkish league, so Demarai Gray link with Fulham, and guess what? It's what I'm reading, what I am hearing, and multiple sources. Even one of that most credible Twitter page, that cover the Saudi Pro League, have also, linked with, posted as well that Demarai Gray have linked with a move back to the Premier League with Fulham, the West London team. Will Demarai Gray live in West London in weeks coming? It's far from anything to agree on the table, because what I'm hearing, they deal with Andres Pereira, the Brazilian. Palmeiras is in for him, and last week Palmeiras have up the transfer for Andres Pereira. Now it's 20 million they have put on the table for Andreas Pereira. And Palmeiras really want him. The money is in Brazil. It's ridiculous now, and how much money, the Brazilian clubs have been spending. And if Fulham reject that, which they want something close around 30, Palmeiras willing to put another 2 or 5 million on the table for Andres Pereira. But Andres Pereira, deal, it's all about, it seems like, Fulham is just waiting on, Palmeiras to see what they're really going to do, to see if that can go through, and then, that deal, can fund the Demarai Gray transfer. Hopefully, I would love it to come true, but again, mixed feeling about everything, game time, how much minutes he will get under his belt. Yes, he will be playing inside the Premier League, most competitive league in the world, and that's where we want our players to be playing, at the highest level, so they can compete, at a really good level when they come to play international football, the Reggae Boys, and, but let's see what's going to happen, as again, Fulham seems like they're just waiting and that deal to complete, and then they use that Palmeiras money to help to fund the Demarai Gray deal, which probably cost around 5 to 6 million. That's what Steve Gerrard is asking for, at Al Ettifaq and the owners. That's what they're asking for, 5-6 million, and then you get your man, Demarai Gray. The reason why I'm saying I'm kind of having mixed feelings about Demarai Gray going back to the Premier League with this particular team, Fulham. Yeah, I'm saying it can be good. Why? You know, go back to Fulham. He can set the Premier League alight. You know, we know the farm, we know the player, you know, Demarai Gray can be whenever he's on farm. You know, but it can get really sour. Yeah, it can get really sour if things they really trigger or go the right way. If Demarai Gray signed for this club, you know, Fulham. And I'm saying Fulham actually only have one out-and-out winger fit right now that they normally look to carry off the bench. You know, Reece Nelson, the other winger, is out. Reece Nelson will be back close to around March. So he's out for the next 3 months. Yeah, with an hamstring injury, just like, you know, his former teammate, Bukayo Saka, one of his friends. Yeah, he's out for quite a long period of time coming in the next couple of months. So they're looking for a winger. You know, Adama Traore is all natural winger on the bench. You know, they have players like Muniz, you know, player like Kearney, Smith Rowe, you know, players that can come off the bench, you know, but Adama Traore is a natural only winger right now that they can look to bring off the bench. Someone that who is not a regular starting lineup, you know, Alexi Iwobi can play out there, you know, other faces can play out there, but it would be really good. You know, look, a lot of reggaeboyz fans have been calling for Demarai Gray to go back to the big time, like, you know, go back into the Premier League, and he will fancy his chance, you know. And people who's ever out there thinking that Marco Silva used to coach, you know, Demarai Gray, no. Marco Silva got hired, I think, 2018 in May, and he got sacked in December of 2019. So Demarai Gray started out his career at Everton, I think, around 2021, right after the COVID, and ended in 2023. So Marco Silva didn't coach, you know, Demarai Gray at Everton. If anyone, you know, is trying to look over your shoulder thinking, you know, there was a link. No, it wasn't any link. But I mean, it will be really good, to be honest. You know, 2025, Demarai Gray back into the Premier League. It will be really good for us, you know, playing at the highest level, you know, getting minutes. Will you get the minutes that he wanted? That's why I'm saying it will be mixed feelings for him going back. Let me know what you guys think, but for me it will be a mixed feelings for him going back into the Premier League with this club, because he's not going to be an out-and-out starter in this team. He will start it on the bench, you know, buy his time, you know, off the bench, getting a minute, and when he do get that minute, yeah, when he do get some of those minutes, he might forgot hit the ground running. But next season coming, if he sign up, probably Fulham can, you know, look into playing some type of European competition, the conference, the Europa League, who knows, the UEFA Champions League, because they are doing really well right now. You know, 2-2 draw, you know, on the weekend against, you know, Bournemouth at home. You know, I mean, the ship is looking really good right now at Fulham. You know, it's look like a really good dressing room. It's look like a really good club for him to go. You know, and at his age, he needs to play at the highest level. And for his age, again, he needs to be at a club where he's going to be the out-and-out winger that a team will be looking to build a team around. You know, so I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of mixed feelings for me, but move on. You know, that sits surrounded, you know, Kasey Palmer, Jonathan Russell, you know, and Demarai Gray. No, people, this is the most interesting part. JPL in 5, yeah? Catch me on the break. JPL in 5 will come up shortly after this.
Kimani Arboin has free Bennett, gets around him, goes for the shot. Oh, it's in! Kimani Arboin is that man again!
Yes, people, JPL in 5, you know, first up, coming up, you know, the game in St. Catherine at, you know, Dumbo Sports Complex. Dumbo, you know, 2-2 draw at home against Racing. Look, Racing went up 2-0, you know, with a Biggs and a Hutchinson, you know, goal in the first 66 minutes, you know, Merrick and Wright, you know, pull back the game 2-2. Merrick scored in the 79 minute, Wright in the 85 minute. You know, head-to-head result, you know, Racing have won this fixture back in September, you know, but winless in 5. Yeah, winless in 5. Dumbo, you know, look, Dumbo winless in 5. 2 loss, 3 draws, you know, scored 2 or more goals in 3 out of those 5 games, you know, that they winless in, you know, conceded 9 goals. So, you know, so problem is that Dumbo right now. Racing on the other hand, you know, people, I'm giving you this, you know, these updates, you know, these no games showed, so I'm just giving you this, you know, rundown commentary with stats. You know, Racing 4th draw in a row and scored in all of those fixtures. 10 position and 15 points. Tie up on 15 points with Dumbo Holding as well. Next up for these two teams, Racing will play the Junglers, Arnett Garden, and Mount Pleasant will play Dumbo Holding. And guess what? The last time, let's leave that one for when we reach at Mount Pleasant. But next up for Dumbo Holding will be in the Garden Parish of Senton, away to Mount Pleasant. Go to the compound. At the compound, Mobay got that win on the road, beating Harbourview. Brian Brown at his old stomping ground beat Harbourview with a goal in the 86th minute, 4 minutes from the 98th minute. At the compound, Harbourview 3 last in a row. 7th match of the season without scoring. Kasey Chung, the leading goal scorer for Harbourview, and 6th, the most in the club at this moment. But scoreless Kasey Chung in his last 2. Harbourview is in the trap, is in the relegation right now. 13 and 12 points. That's the relegation zone for Stars of the East. A team that won so many Premier League titles, won 2 Caribbean championship, CFU championship, is in the trap. Look, it's been like this for the last couple of seasons for Harbourview. Where they will turn from here, I just can't see where they will buy themselves some win. But on the other hand, Mobay, 9th win of the season and 5th win away this season. Big win for Mobay at the compound in Kingston. Brian Rambo Brown, as I said, scored and back-to-back on his former team. 8th of the season, 2nd. They jumped Arnett Garden, who drew at home against Chapelton Maroon. And Mobay 2nd and 31 points. I think they tied on points with Arnett Garden, but a better goal ratio. But I just don't know, man. Arnett Garden, I don't know, man. But Arnett Garden, let's see what we have to say about Arnett Garden down there further in the video. But moving on, Portmore, over there in Britain, Portmore 1, Cavalier 1. Inconsistent again for Cavalier. For the scores, Edley, I think it's George Edley, scored in the 23rd minute for Portmore, and Ainsworth with a penalty in the 57th minute, just around the hour mark. But Portmore woes continue, in the last 6, they're winless in their last 6, draw 4, last 2. Where Portmore go from here, the last home win. Portmore last home in KM when they beat, I think they beat Moline 4-0 on November the 3rd. That's their last home win. Portmore just cannot get a win at home. In the top 6, it's a threat at the moment because Tivoli have thumped up Umberland. So, Portmore is just 4 points above Tivoli, who is right behind them in 7th position. I think it's 23 points Portmore's on, and Tivoli's on 19. So the top 6, to stay in the top 6 is a threat right now for Rudolph Aston boys over there in Britain. But I mean, Portmore, look, 14 goals conceded already. When you go back to the last couple of seasons, the 2nd best defensive record last season, where they only conceded 16 goals. Now they conceded 14 goals already. The season but before even last season, I think they have one of the 2nd best defensive record again, when they only conceded around 15 goals. Umberland at the time was the best defensive team in the league, the 2022-2023 season. So Portmore is just shipping goals all over, but Cavalier mixed run of forms continue, win, lose, draw, win, draw, scoring from, the scoring form continues, in the last 8 games, they have scored in all competition in the last 8 games. So 8 games in all competition, including the CFU games, the 2 games against Cibao, they have scored in all 8 games combined with the CFU games and the Premier League games. So that's a good record right there. Rudolph Speed and Cavaliers is continuing, but Cavalier next game will be against Waterhouse, and Portmore next game will be against Tivoli. Big game is coming up for those two teams, because it's 4 points between those two teams. 6 and 7 will face off next week. You understand? And if you look at the head-to-head, the last time Portmore really lose to Tivoli, it was back in 2020. That's the last time they, 8 games no stretch, Portmore's unbeaten against Tivoli. So Portmore's looking to snap up that, 6-game winless run that they carry right now, 2 lost and 4 draw. But no other team in the league right now they have a very good record against, and it's Tivoli, having lost in the last 8 against Tivoli. So let's see where Portmore goes from here. Vere United, Vere got thumped up by my Lions. Yeah, Vere got thumped up. The man them beat up Craig Butler face, over there in Clarendon 5-0. I think the last time, Mullines have scored 4+ goals. I think when they beat Chapelton Maroon, a couple match days back. But Devante have scored a hat-trick in the game, 4 goals in the second half. Mullines, coming in this game on a 3-game losing streak. Yet Vere now have conceded 7 goals in their last 2. They got beaten 5 this week. Last week they got beaten 2-0. So I just don't know, man. Mullines is struggling. So how can Vere go into this game and concede 5 at home? Next up for Vere, it's the Clarendon derby against Umberland. Next up for Mullines will be, the relegation derby, Mullines versus Arborview. Where we go from here again, TG beat up, Donovan Ducky, Umberland 5-1. I think that gameplay is Stadium East, but I don't know where that gameplay. But 5 win of the season for TG. 4 of those 5 came in the last 5 games. Remember, this was a Tivoli Garden team. Tivoli started the season, so bad where their first 10 games they lost 5, win 1, and draw 4. Recent form, 4 win in the last 5. 18 goals scored. The only team to top that farm is Mount Pleasant, who is rolling 6 games on the bounce right now. As I said, Tivoli in the last 5 games, 18 goals scored, and scored in all 5 games. The most informed team. And guess what? Justin Dunn wasn't on the score sheet. How can a Tivoli score 5 goals and Justin Dunn is not on the score sheet? Scoreless in his last 4 games now. But next up, Umberland 8 lost in last 10 games, 12 goals conceded in the last 3 games for Donovan Ducky. Donovan Ducky, Umberland, as I said earlier, 2022-2023, Umberland have finished that season with the best defensive record now, in the last 3 games, conceded 12 goals. It's impossible. Tivoli, will play Portmore, as I said that earlier. Umberland will play the Clarendon derby against Vere. Waterhouse at home at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium got 3-0 by one of the big dogs in the league, Mount Pleasant. 3rd last of the season. Inconsistent. Look, all 3 defeats this season came at home. This is not something, you would say it's something usual. A Waterhouse team usually, a results that they usually popped up in a season where the season have gone up 15 games in, and all 3 games that they lost came at home. Something is wrong. Something is wrong at home for Waterhouse. But the problem continued inconsistently. Their last 6, they only win 1 game in their last 6. This was a team struggle to win back-to-back the entire. I think they won the first 4 games of the season last campaign. They win back-to-back, and from that, it only started to go back-to-back win in the last 5 games when they put on that impressive run to get into the playoffs. So it seems like the back-to-back wins start, they cannot do again and repeat in the season. Look, 6 straight win, having conceded in the last 2 games. Mount Pleasant is on a run. 6 straight games, having conceded in the last 2 games. Most goals in the league, 37 scored so far. Next up, for Mount Pleasant, Dumbo Olin will be in the Garden Parish. The last time Mount Pleasant lose a game, the last time Mount Pleasant lose a game, it's against Dumbo Olin in St. Catherine. So that is it, people. Where did I go from here? In Arnett Garden. Arnott Garden, look, Marlon Allen, scored early at home against Chapelton Maroon, and Arnett Garden just gave up a goal just like that. Let Montego Bay pick them back in the league. 1-1 draw in the complex against Chapelton Maroon. Devastated, poor game. But that's it, people, for JPL in 5. I know I spent over 5 minutes, but it was too nice, so I have to go a little bit twice. You understand? So big up on myself. Thanks for watching. This is Nicardo Media House. I'm out. Salute.